We're pleased to have an outstanding KSU and SODI alumnus here to speak with our graduates tonight. Jerry Simmons was a first-generation college student who graduated from KSU in May of 2020 with a Bachelor of Science degree in psychology. Any psychology majors? Woo! And a minor in applied statistics and data analysis. Since then, I know, right? Heavy hitter. Since then, she's created a successful career with AFLAC. At AFLAC, she has already received numerous awards, being recognized as the top account opener in 2021 and the top associate in whole life sales in 2022. And she recently skyrocketed to the top 3% of all AFLAC producers in the state of Georgia. Outside of running her insurance agency, because if that wasn't enough, she is the founder and CEO of a leadership organization called Unfolded LLC, where she uses skills she's gained at KSU to develop future leaders in area middle and high schools. And y'all, that's just what she does. I've just sat with her. She is very successful in that entrepreneurial endeavor as well. And so we're so proud and privileged to have you here tonight. I want y'all to help me welcome the wonderful Jerry Simmons.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Wow, I am beyond honored to be here, to see all of your lovely faces, and again, as she said, congratulations to all the graduates for making it this far. Please, another round of applause.
Yeah.
Very nice. So I will go ahead and reintroduce myself. My name is Jerry Simmons. Graduated in 2020 with a degree in psychology and a minor in applied statistics and data analysis. It is a mouthful. Sometimes I have to take a couple breaths to get that right. But I think in terms of when I was getting ready for tonight, I was thinking a lot about graduation and the seats that you guys are in right now. And the first thing I thought about was how getting the degree in my hand was not necessarily the golden moment for me. The golden moment was knowing I would be walking across the stage, because I am the first in my family to graduate. And that was my driving force, was knowing I would be changing the history of what my family is known for in a single moment, right? And I know a lot of you guys are nodding because you can agree and you know that feeling, because that was the thing that kept me going when it was hard, or I missed my family, or I didn't want to stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning doing data analytics, right? Mm-hmm. That was my why. And so that was the first thing I thought about. And then the other thing was, as exciting as this is, right, some of us still have to go home and finish finals, or get ready for a final, or finish a paper. And it kind of can take away from the celebration of it all. Can anybody agree by show of hands? Yeah, stressed out, right? Yeah, okay. So because of that, I want to do something really quick, a very short activity. So I'm gonna say some categories, 4 different categories. If you can relate or identify with any of these categories, I want you to stand. If you're unable to stand, just keep your hand raised. So first category, if you're a first generation college student, please stand and stay standing. Okay? If you're a person of color, please stand. Okay. If English is your second language, please stand. And you can stay standing as well. And then if you receive any sort of financial aid, please stand. So I want to give you guys perspective. I got the graduation rates. The highest graduation rate for just one of the 4 categories was 36%. 36%. That's not very high, is it? If you're a part of more than one category, which most of us are, it's even lower, right? So I want to tell you right now, you are doing something very monumental. You are literally changing your history, and on top of that, you're defying the odds, and I want everyone to give them a round of applause for So it's amazing what you're doing, and I want you to be reminded of that. And all the craziness of what it is, you're doing a great job, okay? Now, I know outside of that, you're also thinking about, well, what's next? What am I doing next after I graduate, right? And some of us have jobs lined up. Some of us are furthering our education. And some of us, like myself, when I was graduating, don't have anything planned at all, right? But regardless of where you are, there are going to be several opportunities that are going to come your way. And I want to talk about how to prepare for that so you can take hold of that. All right? Does that sound good?
Yes.
So let's go back to 2020 when I was graduating. It's the height of the pandemic. No one's hiring. And I'm just sitting in my bedroom thinking, what am I going to do? Right? This is not what I planned. This is not what I had in mind. But ultimately, I thought back and I was like, you know, in 2016 when I came to KSU, I had to think the same thing. Because like I said, I was the first in my family to go. So I didn't know what that was going to look like. All I knew was I want to make history. And so in 2020, that was the same thing I said to myself. I want to make history again. How do I want to do that? It was to have my own leadership organization, as she explained. It's my lovely leadership organization that I love so much. And so I was like, well, how am I going to get to that point? How am I going to get there? And I'm like, okay, well, I have a psychology degree, so I'll go into HR. You know, that makes sense. It's a direct link. I'll be an HR trainer. So 2020 goes by, I'm applying to places, I'm getting rejected week after week, month after month, and it's getting discouraging. And then in 2021, I get an acceptance letter, and I'm elated. I'm like, yes, I finally got it. You know what I mean? That feeling of someone's choosing me. And then when I get there, you know, I'm waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I have to be there at 8, and it takes me an hour and a half just to get there. And every morning I'm listening to my podcast, I'm gonna get my mind right. And then for the first few months, I'm loving it. And then on my car ride home, I get quiet and I'm like, I do not enjoy what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
This is not for me at all.
Mm-hmm.
And it hurts so much because I'm like, this is my way to where I want to go. This is my plan. I made this plan and it was perfect. And now it is ruined and I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know how to start over. And so I got with one of my best friends. She's actually here tonight supporting me. And I said, you know, this is what I want to do. I really want this, but I don't know how to get there. And she was like, she told me two things. She said, Jerry, first, why are you limiting yourself to what's on a piece of paper? And I thought about it, I was like, what do you mean? She's like, you have skills that can go outside of just the psychology realm. Why are you limiting yourself to just this one thing? You are much more than just that. And so you need to step outside of the box. Think outside of the box. That was the first thing she said. Second thing she said was, and in terms of your leadership organization, why do you treat it as if you have to wait 10, 20, 30 years until you can actually actualize that, right? Why are you waiting? Take action now. So I was like, wow, okay, I was not expecting that, you know? I thought, you know, maybe, oh, I feel bad for you. No, it's like, but I needed that. And so after that, I went home and I started researching. I'm like, okay, what's gonna be outside of the box for me? And I see a position and it says Aflac and it says sales. I said, okay, why not? It's in the benefits realm. So I go to the information session. The speaker, he says, we're gonna teach you 3 basic things. We're gonna teach you how to build a business from the ground up. We're gonna teach you how to build long-lasting partnerships, and we're gonna teach you how to communicate value to your potential clients. I tell my best friend, and she goes, that's where you need to be, because that's exactly what you're gonna need to learn in order to build your leadership organization from the ground up. She's like, take the job. So I took the job. This is June 2021. First 2 months, I hated it. It was awful. I mean, you guys see, if this is your first time meeting me, please do not be fooled. I am not a public speaker. This is not my realm at all. And so back then especially, I was a bunch of nerves. I would sit in my car in front of the business I'm going to go into, and I would just sit there for 30 minutes for just one business because I was so scared. And it took those 2 months for me to go through just being scared and not wanting to actually do anything until something in my mind told me, you don't want the leadership organization. You keep saying it, but you don't want it because you're not going after it. And so after I had that moment of realization, I took action. And then that's from there, you know, from June to December, I became that top new associate for the year with only 6 months of experience, generating over $100,000 in production. And my team, they were shocked because they saw the drastic progression from super shy, doesn't want to talk, to now opening all these new accounts and making all these sales. And so then in terms of Unfolded, my leadership organization, I was able to establish it, get my first 3 partnerships in the first 3 months. And then I was also able to get my first commissioned opportunity with a charter school in Alpharetta that now wants to renew with me in the fall. And so I say all this to say to you that it's not about, you know, oh, well, Jerry, that's just you, right? How does this have anything to do with me? It has something to do with you because you guys, similar to me, are about to embark on a new journey where there are so many opportunities and it can be scary at first. But if you make a plan to make history again, like you're doing very soon right now, right? Then you can actualize those goals. If you step outside of the box and don't limit yourself, and you can be more than just what your degree tells you you are, you can get to those opportunities. And more importantly, if you take action and you aren't fearful and you just go past that fear, you're going to find a person that is much better for it, who is going to not only, you know, impact you and your family, but make a long-lasting impact on a larger community that you don't even know yet. There are things that I've done that I never expected to do if I did not make a plan, step outside of my comfort zone, and take action. So guys, please, I implore you, do those 3 things. I promise you, it may be hard, and it's going to be hard, but you can do it. You've done it already, so do it again. So again, to conclude, I am beyond proud of you, all of you guys, and I'm so happy to be here. And I want to thank everyone at SODI for letting me come to speak. It's such an honor, and yeah, I'm just so excited to meet some more of you after tonight, after we finish everything. But yeah, congratulations guys, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.